Hey guys, today I have a review of the A&K SR25K. I purchased this because I've always liked the SR25 platform. As you know, if you are following my channel, I really like the 7.62 platforms. I like the beefier mags. It's just personal preference. Anyway, I've always liked the SR25 platform. I've owned two of the full-size SR25s, but I've always wanted the K version just because I like the kind of the more compact carbine-ish version of it. Anyway, as you can see, I've set this up to kind of fill a DMR role. I'll go over what is included, what's not included when you purchase this stock in just a second. Anyway, to get the obvious out of the way, metal and plastic parts. Plastic, you have the grip, the stock, and that's it. Oh, and the foregrip, of course. Anyway, as you can see, I painted this. I want to apologize. I actually got this gun, got really excited to paint it, to kind of turn it into the gun I was going to be using it as. And while I was painting it, I realized that I hadn't done a review on this yet, which was frustrating because I wanted you guys to see the what it comes as stock, but whatever. Anyway, I purchased this off of eBike. I think I got it it was on clearance or something, like doorbuster. I forget what it's called, but I purchased it and I think it was around like 200 shipped. I purchased it with this Magpul 20LR mag, so that increased the price a little bit. But it's so for what you get, in my opinion, it's a great package. You have the gun, obviously. You have a standard high cap magazine, which is here. SR25s, if you don't know, if you do, just whatever. But SR25s, they take their own proprietary mag. These do not fit M4 or M16 style magazines. These are wider, they're beefier. So anyway, funny enough though, this is the high cap that came with this gun, and it is completely void or missing the internal spring and the internal spring to push the BBs up into the gun. So this is completely junk. It does not work at all. I wouldn't be too concerned if you're ordering this. I'm fairly confident that this was just a fluke, and that I haven't heard this happening to anyone else, so I wouldn't be too concerned about this happening to yours. I think it's kind of just like a 1 in a million thing. Anyway, to remedy that, I picked up the Magpul 20LR kind of PMag. I highly recommend these. They're extremely solid, well made, and they feed flawlessly. While we're on the topic of magazines, SR25 magazines, because they're proprietary, they're kind of expensive. The standard midcaps, I'm talking midcaps only, the standard midcaps for these, they're I think around like $25, the GMP metal midcaps. These are around $30, so they're a little more expensive, but in my opinion they're worth it, just the quality and whatnot. Anyway, back to the gun, kind of on a tangent right now. It's full metal. When I purchased this, I was actually kind of disappointed when it arrived. The pictures on eBike, it just showed a solid black body. Mine actually came with those like zombie killer trademarks. So on this side of the gun, it had the big kind of skull. On the left side, it had kind of a little no zombie symbol, and then there are a few like smaller trademarks underneath it. I can't remember what they said. And then I'm gonna take this off. Then right here above the trigger well, you had I think it was Luke 9:1, Luke 9:11. It was a Bible verse saying essentially that God given you the power to cleanse demons from the earth. So it's just kind of playing on the zombie idea. And then instead of safe, semi, and auto, it came as Prey for safe, Psalm for semi, and Aspergus for fully automatic. Aspergus is kind of the Catholic tradition of, I think it's sprinkling holy water. I'm not too savvy on that. I'm not a Catholic myself. But anyway, just something to keep in mind if you're ordering this. It might not come exactly as the picture shows it. On the topic of safe, semi, and auto, this is a fully automatic SR25. Some people don't like that. Some people do. I personally don't like that, just because I like staying real to the, or as close to the real steel as possible, and the real steel is only semi-automatic. They do have this little block here, though, that would, on the real steel, prevent the selector switch from going into the fully automatic position. But the selector switch itself on here has a little hole cut out that it'll just ride right over that. So to remedy that, if you do want it to be semi-auto, you can, in place of this selector switch, put in a semi-auto selector switch, or just your standard selector switch, and that will get rid of that. Another thing I was not expecting is this has an ambidextrous mag release. So you have your standard mag release on your right side, similar to all M4 or AR style weapons, and then on the left side you have this one, this little button right here, and releases the magazine. So anyway, that's cool. I don't know how much I'll be using that, but whatever, it's a nice feature to have. The bolt release is non-functioning. This does not have a working bolt catch like some of your other replicas you'll find, but whatever. The charging handle, to be honest, when I first got it, I couldn't tell if it was metal or plastic. I'm still kind of up in the air about it. It's kind of got this weird feel to it. I'm leaning more towards metal, but who knows. A little different from your M16 M4 style. I don't know if you guys can see this, but instead of having a little button that you would push when you're pulling this back to get to the dust cover, this has kind of a larger button. I can't remember what they call it in the real steel world, but that's a cool little feature. I didn't know that this would come with. Anyway, to the hop up, again, you pull this back just like any AR platform, and you have your fake bolt. It will release the dust cover, and then you have your hop up, standard M4, M16 style Airsoft hop up. The stock. The stock, it's nice. It's a nice setup. It's a fairly sturdy stock, which is nice. It's obviously your standard crane stock. It does differ a little bit in design than some of your other crane stocks you might find. A lot of crane stocks, they have two tabs on the bottom here, and you press those in, and it will release this back portion. That comes off, and then that's how you would slide your battery in, etc. This does not do that. It is completely... Actually, it might release this butt pad. I haven't really messed around with it a whole lot, but anyway, if it does, that's a one way you'd get to your battery, or you can kind of pull down on this release lever to adjust the stock, and that will slide the crane stock right off, and then you have access to your battery and whatnot. This will take kind of your 9.6 volt nunchuck style. That's what a lot of people will use. I personally use lipos, and that fit in the buffer tube. Personal preference. But anyway, moving on. Real quick, I'll just say what comes with the gun, what doesn't, so you're not confused. The scope and the scope mount does not come with the gun, nor does the PMag, like I explained earlier. The PEC box does not come with the gun, nor does the bipod, or the sling, or the CQD sling mount. Other than that, everything you're seeing here, such as the gun, the iron sights, they all come with the gun, as well as the foregrip. So that's pretty cool. It will also come with a 9.6 volt, or at least mine did, nunchuck style battery. I don't recommend using those normally, just because they're China made, kind of crappy. The one I actually got, it seemed pretty nice, although I won't be testing it just because better be safe than sorry, in my opinion. But anyway, I believe it also comes with a screwdriver and a unjamming rod, and then a little bag of crappy BBs, which do not use. Anyway, it came with a blazing orange plastic flash hider. This flash hider is a metal one that I took from a suppressor and put on there. If you guys want to know how to get that orange flash hider off, message me. It was kind of difficult, and I did do a kind of special technique to get it off. Anyway, like I said, it comes with the flip-ups, iron sights. In the back, you have your standard Knights Armament style flip-up, and then in the front, again, you have your standard Knights Armament style flip-up. They're both nice, whatever, they function. As for mounting optics and whatnot, unlike the standard SR25, the full length, the SR25K has a monolithic upper rail, which means that the front rail system is integral, or not integral, but it's extremely close to the receiver rail, which means that you can mount an optic kind of connected in these parts, if that makes sense. Whereas with your standard SR25, you have kind of this big circular delta ring right here, and that would create a little gap. It's just something to keep in mind. It's a cool little feature for mounting things. As for rail space, it's got buttloads of it. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of stuff on here. Oh, and it also comes with two Knights Armament style rail covers. Forgot to say that. Overall build quality, I'm extremely satisfied with. A lot of people will kind of not mock, but they'll kind of rag on clone guns like A&K, JG, Echo 1. JG and Echo 1 I really kind of stay away from, just because Echo 1s, they're really just rebrands of JGs and whatnot, and they've maybe changed one thing, they slap on some trademarks, and they market up the price like 50, 60 bucks. So it's not worth it at all, in my opinion. Anyway, A&K guns, I own an SPR from them, and as well as this, and I love them. They're extremely solid out of the box. I know that you can get some certain replicas that they make, they're a little more flimsy than others, but these ones, kind of their more expensive line, I think they're fantastic. I haven't tested it, but I've seen, I think, 2 reviews now on YouTube that say that the receiver is actually steel on this. Don't take my word for it, but I don't see why there'd be reason to doubt it. But the rail system, outer barrel, gas block, buffer tube, whatever, that's all aluminum, but the receiver is steel. As for other reviews on this, if you want to go check out some more, trying to remember his name on YouTube. I unfortunately can't remember it. I'll put a annotation link to his review, but Sergey something, he does a great review on the full length SR25. If you want to check that out. Honestly, there's not a whole lot of good reviews out there on this. It's partly one of the reasons I wanted to get a review on this out quickly. But anyway, yeah, if you want to check out Sergey's, he's got a pretty good one. There are some other good ones, but you'll have to look around for them. Trying to remember if there's anything else I want to mention. The inner barrel, or the outer barrel, but inside of this rail system, it is fluted, which is pretty cool. I didn't know that when I purchased this. Again, it's just it's a it doesn't have any effect on the rifle, but whatever, it's cool. As well, it has a fake gas tube in it, so that's pretty cool as well. One thing I will mention about the buffer tube is that unlike kind of your standard buffer tube system that I've encountered, at least, most of the ones that I've encountered, right here you have this locking ring, and that is actually able to move, and you can tighten the inner screw that's on the inside of the buffer tube, and then you can tighten this down as well to kind of get it really tight. This one, the buffer tube and this locking ring, it's actually all just one piece of aluminum, so the only mounting system for the buffer tube is the inner screw. Really, that's totally fine. I don't see it being a problem at all. It's just something that I wasn't expecting, and something that I came across when I first picked this up out of the box. I think that covers everything. If you watched up to this point, I know this has been kind of a longer video. I want to say thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I do this for you guys. If you want to check out my Facebook page and put a like on that, it's just Corvona Airsoft videos. On there I'll post kind of like news updates, what reviews I'll be doing. If I'm selling things, I'll put it on there as well. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, if you think I've missed something you want me to talk about, shoot me a message, comment below, do whatever. That about wraps it up. Actually, real quick, Sling Mounts. There are no designated Sling Mounts other than on the stock here. You have these two slots. A lot of people don't know, but those are actual Sling Mounts for running a kind of a sling similar to this. But as for the front, there are no Sling Mounts, so you will have to purchase kind of a rail-mounted Sling Mount if you're looking to run this with a sling, which I would recommend. It is kind of a heavier gun, especially with all the crap I put on this. Anyway, FPS-wise, I actually haven't had a chance to shoot this yet. I sold my last gun, and I sold all the batteries I had with that. So until I get a new LiPo, I won't be able to shoot it. But I'm fairly certain that what you see advertised on retailers' websites is pretty accurate. Kind of the 420, 430 FPS mark. But again, it may vary depending on rifle. Anywho, I think that wraps it up. Like I said, questions, comments, whatever, post them. I'll try and get to them as soon as possible. Anyway, thanks for watching.